So, last minute Afrikaans paper 2 tips. Now, your paper is out of a grand total of 70 marks. It's going to be 35 times 2, which is equal to 70. And you pick any 2 questions. Now, your school, on your behalf, has chosen these 2 topics for you. So, for example, you could be doing Lin and Afrikaans poetry. Or you could be doing Fila and Lin. Or you could be doing Kortverhalen and Gedichte. Or you could be doing Fila and poetry. You pick 2. Now, if you've done Lin in school, don't go write Fila in the exam. Please. You'd be surprised. There are some crazy matriculants out there. So pick 2. And all of them are 35 marks each. See? 35, 35, 35, 35, 18 plus 17, 18 plus 17, also equal to 35. So if you're doing Kortverhalen, you must do both questions. They're not optional. There was a bug on my mic. It's gone now. So learn all the Kortverhalen because 2 are going to be examined. If you're doing the poems, there are 10 poems that are in your syllabus. They're going to examine 2, and you have to do both. It's not like English where there's 12. They examine 4 and you pick 2. It's really not like that. This is cutthroat stuff. You have to know all of them because you have no options here. You've got no leeway. Now we've got Lin. Oh, the way I love Lin. It's a beautiful story. So, for both Lin and Fila second, please study the entire book. Look, they can examine absolutely anything from any chapter. Enige hoofstuk. Anything is examinable. And do not spot chapters and acts. Look, I know there's a lot of predictions like out in the groups and stuff like, oh guys, study chapter 33 or in Fila, or make sure you study like act 2 in a lot of depth. Really, it's not like that. It is completely unpredictable for the most part. So study everything, have a good knowledge of the book, know who's who in the zoo. You're probably wondering what zoo stood for. Know what's happening, know what's going on in Lin and in Fila, who the characters are, the chronological order, the time order of events. Know the relations of everyone. How are they interlinked? Now, place the extract in context. Like, I know that is more an English paper 2 question. But what I mean by this is, if they were to give you some kind of extract, would you be able to figure out, oh, this is in the middle of the book, or this is toward the end? Oh, wait, this is the first chapter. Would you be able to do something like that? So this is where your vocab is pretty important as well, so you can pick up bits and pieces from the text. And I know quite a few of you are battling with that at the moment. With the vocab, it's the biggest issue for non-native speakers coming in and writing a final paper for a different language. So stompie and spelling, look, they don't particularly matter or count in this paper. It's not like Afrikaans paper 1, where, stompie and spelling is of paramount importance. Here is just about, hey, do you understand the text that you've been given? Are you able to give some kind of basic analysis or give me a fact? But look, try your best to make sure that your stompie is perfect. Make sure you can spell everything. Like, make sure you can spell Christine if you're doing Lin, or make sure you can spell Kumuti if you're doing Fila. And answer the question. You guys know I love this one if you watch my Afrikaans paper 1 video and the joke that I made about it. But look, just answer the question. Try your best to understand what's going on in that question and just answer it. Don't waffle about something else. And you're going to have 2 questions here. So question 1 and question 2, and they're going to equal 35 marks. So in summary, everybody, that 3 looks absolutely terrible. So bad. Just make sure you understand the entire book. Go through that summary video that I made for Lin and for Fila. It's a quick summary. It's just to ensure that you understand the crux. Go through the finer details of all these summaries that are on these matric groups and whatever your teacher has given you. Learn Lin and Fila like your life depends on it. There's just 1 paper left. You can do it. Now, for those of you that are doing gedichte and poetry, this is for you. Look, the kids that are doing, you would have fallen into this category of Lin and Fila, right? The kids that are doing Kortverhalen, similar. All these facts are for you as well, but Lin and Fila, it's for the majority. Now, gedichte, it's a completely different ball game. So you've got 10 poems, and like I said, 2 are going to be examined, and you have to answer both. So study all the poems. Like, I know Spru Irien and Kenya Berisia, they were examined last year. So the odds of them asking it this year, now I know all of you have been asking me this, it's low. The odds are very low that they can repeat a poem. I mean, there's 8 other poems that they can examine. There's 8 out of 10. So, look, I would study the other 8 in a lot of depth. Crisis, wetenskapmannetjies, examen lokaal, so on and so on. Study the other 8 in depth because it's unpredictable. So please, no predictions. I don't want to see anyone on the group saying, oh, like, my teacher gave me a tip. It's ax van ax revier. Oh, maybe your teacher is right, but what if your teacher is wrong? It's too dangerous. In English, it's a lot easier to predict it because we've got leeway with 4 possible poems, and we know what the previous 4 were last year. With Afrikaans, it's not like that. So, no predictions. Learn the other 8 in depth and have a reading knowledge of the other 2, just in case. Understand key terms. Please go watch my poetry key terminology video. All the main terminology is there. And simply know the crux of the poems, what it's about. So, for example, the Hanswoord is about a clown who has a hunchback and everyone makes fun of him. He only relates to the animals and he feels as though it's only his mother that cares about him. Something like examen lokaal, the feelings inside the examination room, the under preparation of learners for their papers. Ax van ax revier. It's a ballad. It's about a woman who has so many suitors because she's so attractive. She's of French Huguenot descent. And Philip, the man who loves her and she loves him, he goes off to find this red orchid on the mountain. He falls off, he dies. She goes to look for him, can't find him. She commits suicide. It's a tragedy. Know the crux. And again, answer the question. Like I said in the previous slide, don't go off on this tangent and give me an answer that I didn't even ask for. Please don't do that. As an examiner, it's very heartbreaking when students just miss the keywords. Practice a bit of vocab as well. Understand the English translations of the poem too. If you're battling with a word, you can always use Google Translate. I advise it, but don't Google Translate an entire sentence because Google Translate loves to give direct translations for Afrikaans. Translate is your friend, but for like a word-by-word translation, not as a whole. 17 plus 18. So again, that's going to be question 1 plus question 2 is equal to 35 marks. And look, just breathe. You are almost there. You are almost done with matric. It's one last paper. It's one last push. I know a few of you are battling with your last paper syndrome right now. That's okay. I understand. I've also been there. But you can do it. It's one last push. And then, well, you are officially unemployed. And then you can enjoy Ke December.